Come on. All right, bud. It's peanut butter jelly time.
All right, we are live.
Here we go.
Okay, that's why I was just like, I was looking at OBS. I was like, what? It's not working. Okay, so we are live. Ew, good.
Just a moment. We're finishing up some passing out side quests here, and we're gonna jump right in. We do not have our fourth today. Something's wrong with his laptop, so we go on anyways. As penalty, he's gonna be introduced by being locked in a jail. No, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'll figure something out.
A week later, well, he's in jail. Oh.
You come across a starving man who appears to have a dagger, a bow, and no food. Homeless, extremely smelly.
Also, he has a -10 to perception.
He can't see. He got fungus in his eye. Now it's growing. He talks to it.
Oh, nice.
Oh my. Oh, is that?
Avada Kedavra.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Avada
you're terrible.
Kazam. Oh god.
Don't mind me.
Don't even
Alright.
start with the hashtag Vape Nation.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, orcs and elves. Okay,
Yeah.
we are about to take off.
I'm totally here.
Are you?
Kind of like.
Boo.
Pretty much. Alright, continue. While I look at my.
Okay, so basic information, you guys. The planet's name is Selvus. Put that here for future reference. So Selvus is a pretty new planet. It's very young. The kingdoms have just been formed in the last 100 years. The predominant kingdoms. Before then, there was not a lot of politics. The elves have the longest standing situation. They are held in the highest regard. And renegade elves, those who have strayed from elven society, are literally cast off. They're not welcome back. If you're not sanctioned to leave elven cities, you just don't. You receive special permits and access, and it's not incredibly hard, but you have to receive approval to go out into the world at large and leave the established elven cities. Fayal is the elven capital, located on the southeastern edge of the continent, surrounded by extremely dense forest, wrapped in a small mountain range. You guys haven't been there, but what you have been is you've arrived at Jasper Keep, which is the stronghold for the human kingdom. Dural is the human kingdom, where it's fringes on orc territory, and it's right by the Rend River, which falls through the entire continent, actually dividing it into two places. But it doesn't run deep enough for them to be separate. There are two places to cross. It's like an enormous, think of it like a 5-foot wide Grand Canyon, the length of a continent. Like I said, Jasper Keep is the largest human city. Extremely fortified. It's where the primary military force is kept, because it's right on the edges of orc territory, just to the north in the deserts, and you have to go through to the east, or sorry, the west, to reach the uncharted territories. These are places where only the bravest adventurers have started to go. Legends of dragons and ghouls and creatures not of this world. The only race that is versed in this area is the dwarves. Dwarves are very rare because they don't openly affiliate with the other races. Similar to gnomes, they stray away from the more densely populated or prevalent races. So the elves, half orcs, half elves, humans. These races are all in mass. You know, they're farmers, they're in industry, they're smiths, they're tradesmen, they're sailors. Gnomes stick to villages because they're crazy and they build ridiculous contraptions. The inventors of the world, the brightest minds the world over. But they only live in unsettled territories in clusters. But there are rumors of a gnome city off to the west, somewhere between all of the forests and mountains. Again, very vague. There's not a lot of detail on the geography even of the western regions. So you all are just arriving in Jasper Keep. The Jasper Guard is headed up by a very famous leader named Nicholas Jasper, and his father, Brock Jasper, is the king of the keep. So, everyone has their own reasons for being here. I'm not going to rain on anyone's parade, but we're going to start out. It's a bustling city. As far as population goes, there's probably 100,000 people living in this enormous kingdom. It's not the whole kingdom. It's basically a metropolis. I mean, shops everywhere in the outsides, and then as you go farther in, there's lavish, immaculately built houses, and there were estates farther in from that, and then at the center of the city you have the castle. The city's under constant surveillance. The guard is everywhere, and so everyone here has arrived searching for something different, but we're gonna start out with I have to start using people's names again. Character's name is Zexel. Joe. Okay, Zexel. You've just arrived in the city. You stayed a night just outside of town. You just came into the city. It's morning. Sun is up.
All right.
The gates, drawbridges come down. And everyone starts to go inside. They have the convoys and their wagons, and all the traders are coming in for the day. Everyone going out is passing out through the day. there are 2 entrance points to the town. The northern edge does not have an exit at all because it faces Orcish territory. The eastern section, again, does not have a bridge. You can exit through the western edge or the southern edge. The walls are probably 60 feet tall.
Said the north and west gates.
Northern and the eastern side of town do not have any openings for entrance and exit because of where they're faced.
And what gate am I arriving at?
You coming up from the south. You just came from the Allen Fee Fields. Farmers and things like that. Nothing out there really, but you know,
Okay.
after your search there, we went north. What's the plan?
All right. The first thing I'm gonna do. Wow, this. I'm gonna walk into town, and I'm going to use my bardic knowledge for local, and I'm just gonna scope out the town.
Okay.
And see what I see what I find, and generally take a look around and get to know the town while I'm here, just so I can find.
Okay. Let's see it. What's your roll? Gots to warm up that D20, Bray.
I hope I roll a freaking nat 20 net.
Instantly knows the king's having an affair.
$14.
All right. You walk into town and instantly you're hit with a smell of fresh food. Holy cow. I mean, from prime meats to fresh fruits everywhere as soon as you walk in. Beads, exotic furs. I mean, just things that you couldn't possibly imagine seeing out in the countryside where you've been. I mean, stalls just as far as your eyes can see. People like smiling, happy. Everyone's trading. Just a great amount of trade comes through here. You don't see any weapons stalls. There's no weapons and armaments. It's more of a farmer's market. But as you walk around a little bit, you'll notice there are some taverns. This is kind of the lower class area. And as you go in more, there's actually another gate. Like there's a smaller wall that divides an inner portion of the kingdom again. But you scope it out and you see there isn't really a bad part of town. There are back alleys, obviously. The cobblestone roads are extremely well kept. And wagons pass through. You've got some guards on horses.
Do I see any libraries by chance? Any bookstores?
There's a few small shops, but nothing of great scale. But you do know that this is Jasper Keep. You've heard stories since you were little. The library here is something that scholars have come from this is the paramount of human knowledge. Scholars gather here every year to document and record everything they've learned.
All right, and
So it's not in the outer section of town.
and so all I see in the outer section of town is just stalls, the common area, small shops, little taverns, and stuff like that. I'm going to.
Something very obvious to you right away in the human kingdom here, there is a little bit of a mixture. You notice some half elves, no elves. You saw maybe 2 the whole time you were walking around. Very few. You also notice that among the commoners here, staying at the inns and things, there are groups of people who look like they're ready to go to war. And they're all wearing a sigil that is a shield with a sword going straight down over the shield. It's a gray sigil. It seems to be on everything, actually. So you can safely assume that it's probably the mark of the keep, to distinguish that whatever their activities are, they are for the jurisdiction of Jasper's Keep. Jasper.
All right, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna while I'm doing this, I'm actually writing down what I just gathering in, just because this is a huge moment for me. Like, I'm actually in Jasper. I get to actually be here after all these years of just wandering. I'm actually finally. I'm going to walk towards the inner gate that you mentioned.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming that from what I know, and judging by the local area, this is a common place, and what I believe behind that wall is where all the middle to upper class people.
Okay. So, the town is fairly large, but you walk up to the gate that you saw earlier that obviously leads farther into the kingdom, and you walk up to it, and it's just a massive oak door, probably 10 to 14 feet tall, 10 feet wide, 15 feet wide. I mean, this thing is huge. The guards are scattered throughout, just lining the area. It is split open just a little bit. But like I said, the guards are standing right in front of it, but it's beautiful, like steel reinforced, just an absolute perfect craftsmanship. It would take a lot to bring this thing down. But as you get closer, you really get a reality check of how big this thing is. I mean, you could see it from far away, but once you're standing next to it, it's colossal. It looms over you like nothing you've ever seen before. The guards are not letting anyone through that you can tell.
I'm going to walk up to.
Okay. The guard says, "Excuse me, I'm gonna need your a valid ID for a residence or your citizen identification."
I'm sorry, I'm actually just a assistant of one of the fine scholars that's actually registered document. I kind of got lost. I I fell behind, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Clumsy
Well, then you
me.
should have your citizen identification. If you're
I'm so
working in this
forgetful.
town, you'll very clearly have an ID.
Definitely, I did forget it. It's with is with my.
You forgot it.
I was in
You
a
can't
rush.
get much of anything here without a citizen's ID.
Most of my trade goes through my actual master. I'm very clumsy.
Well, that's a shame. Let him know not to lose you. No citizen ID, no access.
How many guards are standing there? Is it just the one, or are there multiple?
No, there's 10 guards. They're lined at posts. There's 3 on each side, and then in 2 pairs of 2. And you're talking to the ones on the right in one of the pairs of 2 in the front.
Right. Thank you. I'll also find a way to get.
Very good.
I'm going to walk back across the. Is there anywhere I can see as far as like
No bridge. It's
no?
just
Oh, okay.
the town is uniform. It just leads up to this large gate.
Okay. And do I see anywhere that has, I guess, a registration post or anything like that?
Look around. You didn't see anywhere that looked like a guard outpost. The only ones you've seen are like right at the entrance to town where they're ushering people into the city
Not a guard
outside.
outpost, like where he was talking about identification, a place to get an identification.
You're not sure. So far, the only thing you've been able to see about as far as identification is that the sigils that you see every once in a while that are on people's armband. Um, Not everyone has one. The traders that are coming into town don't have one, but everyone at the stalls has one. They're on the buildings.
Can I walk up to one of the people that has the sigil. Just
Yeah, you
anyone. Just
just a
anyone.
random person on the street. All right, as you go to start to strike up that conversation, we're going to move to Bistet.
Mhm.
So, Bistet, you've been traveling and you've just reached, after another sleepless night, for reasons that are your own, you've come to Jasper Keep. You've just woken up. Everyone has been let inside. You camped outside with everyone. It's very comfortable. Everyone, campfires out, and so the gates open up, and you're allowed inside the city. You are coming in from the southern end as well. What would you like to do now that you have reached the human capital of Jasper Keep? You're walking through as the towering, massive walls that seem to just have absolutely no weaknesses. Um, as you walk past them into the city, bustling, it doesn't make you feel too uncomfortable. It seems like the city at large is pretty in touch with the outer world. They're all knowledgeable, kind, as far as you can tell. Um, Not an aristocratic, snotty area, homey, down to earth people. The immediately smells of all kinds of baked goods and fresh fruits and berries and all sorts of things have been gathered and they're being sold at the entrance to the town. Traders are everywhere. What would you like your first move to be here?
Just do a perception check to get a better idea of everything around me. The roll is 30, and it's not 20, it's 19.
Gee, is there anything specific you're looking for?
Any sort of
Any sort
other
of what?
any sort of nature, since is it like fully enclosed fucking city?
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing.
Yep.
Walls.
The walls have been erected around the entire thing, and everything is stone and brick, and the roads are cobblestone. There are trees, like a double row down the main line.
Mhm.
But again, surrounding those are stalls, shops, the
Any
buildings
alchemy
themselves.
shops?
Yeah, you can see a number of people buying and selling and trading potions. People coming in and out of stores with vials of different colors, reds and blues and greens. And one of the larger ones, it's not a stall; it's actually a shop on the right eastern side of the main road that you're coming in on. Looks like it's fairly busy.
Any quieter, not so busy ones?
There is a smaller shop. Not so much attention. The wares are somewhat limited on the other side of the street. Like I said, smaller shop, not as obviously not as many wares, but again, light traffic. A few people come and go. One person standing there talking to him right now, holding something as he exchanges some currency, and then he walks away. So now it's just a shopkeep standing there. It's a generally tall, slender man with short black hair and large round eyes. Human. He's wearing very quaint clothing. It's just cloth, tunic and pants.
I'd rather go to the smaller one and introduce myself.
Okay. He says, "Welcome to Liam's Potions. Can I get anything for you, miss? It's a pleasure to have you here today. This excellent weather. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?"
I was wondering if you knew anything about dreams. Anything in particular about lucid, vivid dreams?
Lucid dreams. Well, he thumbs through his potion. Just 1 second. And he kind of leans over and crouches down to the ground and starts going through a crate. And he says, I've never, I don't know too much about them. I know I have sleeping potions if you are having restless nights. If you're, he looks up and he goes, if you're looking to, just get some more hours, in the other world. It's like dreaming, of course. I have things that can help you do that. I have maybe one or two things to help you stay awake. I'm not, as a humble merchant, I'm not too versed in the dream world, as you would say,
Is
unfortunately.
there anyone that you know that might have more information?
Hmm.
Or a
If you're
library or
looking
anything?
for scholars or information, well, if you would like to talk to someone versed in magic, you'll have to get into the inner city. But in order to do that, you'll need a citizenship, as doesn't look like you have yours yet. And he kind of
How do you
gestures to his wrap on his shoulder that is a shield, just a plain like a kite shield with a sword pointing down through it.
how do you come about one of those?
Well, citizenship can be granted in a number of ways. You can show that you've value to the kingdom, so to speak. I sell potions. I provide a service. Um, right now, though, they have been sending out a lot of armed parties, and he kind of points down the street, and there was a group of about 6 people headed out, and they're armored up, wearing weapons. Definitely not traders. Definitely not from around here. It's a mix of different races. He says now they're headed out probably to the west. If you aren't providing a service or something to the kingdom, they are in desperate need of help to keep the orcs from breaking down the doors. We don't bring it up. It's not too big of a deal, but there has been some insurgencies to the northwest. The orc raiders have been getting a little more gutsy recently. They coming in from the Badlands and the deserts, just taking anything they can. Disgusting creatures, horrible atrocities. Just can't even imagine. But no generals or anything like that. The clans themselves stay fairly far away from us. But if you help with the raids, or if you provide a service, or if you're lucky enough to get a contract with someone from the inner city on their way through, completing the written contract and having a sigil or a seal placed on the document, I'm sure that you could go to the guard post and they would give you your citizenship identification.
Okay, and the potion that you were saying about getting more sleep, how much more sleep do you mean? Like, how long is that going to put me in?
He kind of looks back and forth and he goes, well, the ones I have on stock, and he kind of chuckles to himself. Yeah, the ones I have in stock right now, ready for you. Just a full night's sleep, well rested, 8 hours. If it seems to not be quite strong enough, and I mean no insult by this, but he says as a woman of your stature, should be well suited to the potions that I have here today to help you rest through the nights. However, if you're looking for something more potent, or it seems to be too effective, I'm more than happy to make custom potions at an increased rate of 1.5 times the initial value of the potion itself.
How much is the potion?
1 gold.
Okay. Can I purchase one of those from you for now? And if I need more, I can come back?
Of course, ma'am. 1 second, and he reaches down, grabs a vial, and he puts it inside of a little leather bag, pulls it shut, and he hands it to you. You've received 1 sleeping potion. You can add that to your inventory. It has no weight.
And what exactly are these written contracts?
They can be
Mhm.
anything. A job being done, an errand being run, an apprenticeship to a smith. As you can't get much in terms of industry or anything like that out here, but the masons come out looking for work sometimes. The mages will come out and they will need assistance, or they'll look for talent. Um, there is an inner city school, but that's, well, most of the time you have to be born here to be. Otherwise, you'll be be surpassed by the children. If you can display to an inner city citizen your talents, perhaps. That would even grant you a contract to learn inside, so a learner's permit, so to speak. Uh, Essentially, it helps us maintain an improvement. To stagnate is to die. Um, just it's not challenging to receive, but you do have to be a benefit to our society. So, like I say, the contract can be written on anything, just a piece of parchment paper generally. But as long as you receive a seal, or it's through the guard, they will accept anything. They have a
Are there
list of all of the seals and possible contractors on file. So when they see the seal, I've seen people get contracts approved with nothing even written on them, just the seal in the middle. But generally speaking, your identification must be written on there so that they can log who has become a citizen.
Do you know of anyone currently that I might be able to display my talent to? Any major alchemists?
Well, you could keep your eyes out. Let's see, which one? Today or tomorrow? I don't remember. There is a woman who looks like she has spent far too long living inside of a bush. I don't know how they let her in, but she appears to be a first-class citizen, and she regularly looks for very talented mages. It's a fairly cutthroat. You're looking for Ulessa. Ulessa Varios is a odd duck, but a first-rate mage nonetheless. Magic is generally speaking off limits inside of the city. Beekeeping and starting fights at the tavern, burning the place to the ground, or it just keeps things simpler. If you can catch her coming through, she's the woman. Well, she wears birds. They fly around her. They sit on her shoulders. She's usually carrying a rabbit or a small furry critter from outside. Very bizarre
Sounds
woman.
Sounds
If
like my
that's
kind of lady.
kind of chuckles and goes, please don't bring birds to my shop. It takes a long time to set all of these vials up. Also, you might smell her before you see her. Don't, oh my gosh, don't tell her I said that if you do speak to her. I'm not advising you beyond that. I mind my own business. I have a humble income, and I'm quite all right with that.
Well, before I leave, I just have one more question.
Oh, how else can I help you?
Do you know of any notable forests outside of the city?
I've heard stories of a magnificent forest. Oh, the likes of which oozes magic like the world has never seen. What did that gnome call it? Gnome bought all of my potions that day. It was very bizarre. Surprised he didn't go across the way to Jack's.
Who's Jack?
Oh, Jack runs everyone's competition. You can't compete with fresh herbs, and he grows all of his herbs fresh in his shop. They are the finest potions around. I can't hold a candle. I can simply offer what I have. He says, the forest. Oh, that's right. It's not a forest anymore. It was. Now it's a village. Oops shit? I think that's what they called it. I don't know. Gnomes are very hard to understand.
It's an interesting name.
But alas, I'm not a traveler anymore. I enjoy my days here, and that's all I've heard about a forest. I mean, if you're looking for somewhere safer, you could head out to the Elven lands. I mean, if you're looking for the cities around the Elven territories are much more, how do I say? Well, they have a bit more of a beaten path. Unless you go there without consent.
Hmm.
The archers in the from what I've been told anyways, archers from Elven territory would rather split your skull in half with an arrow than ask you a question about why they shouldn't.
Well then, that doesn't sound safe at all.
No, but if you stay on the roads, I've been told they don't bother you. Something about nature is sacred and shouldn't be used for anything but what it decides to do of its own volition. It's beyond me. I
And where
simply
is the Elven territory?
far south of here. You have to go past the Allenfee Fields, and if you take the trade roads down through the Bleakwood Hollows, keep going past that, and you'll reach the southeastern end of this continent.
Hmm.
Yeah. Careful of the hollows, though. You never know what's in there.
Hollows?
Mm-hmm. The Deadwood Hollows are not a friendly place, from what I've been told. Very interesting creatures. Tails! They have tails. I've, in all my days, a person with a tail.
Hmm.
Yeah, you can't believe anything you hear these days.
Well, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much. And we'll see how this sleeping potion works for me, and I'll be on my way.
Fantastic. I hope you enjoy. Come back anytime. And he kind of waves you off with a big toothy smile. All right, we're going to move to our favorite new comrade. He has had a rough day. Yes, he is sad at the moment. Recently, he has had some trouble. He has been in Jasper for a short while. Does not have his citizenship, but he definitely is trying to. You were returning from the night from the awful events that occurred just earlier before sunrise. A little bloody, a little downtrodden, but you stayed outside with the merchants that night, and most of them were not merchants actually. A lot of the armed guard and adventurers, people are well equipped to handle. Stayed outside, waited for the gates to open in the morning. The guard came out in the morning and said, "All right, survivors who've completed contracts, check in with your guard captain. If you have not, see Nicholas, and he'll get you started. Once again, if you're looking to go out, if you'd like to give it another shot. Report anyone who did not make it back from your group yesterday. We'll tally our losses." People start heading towards them, and they're walking in. Some people are really excited, and they're jumping up and down holding a scroll, and they can't wait. And some people are just, they look dead inside, and some have scars and claw marks, slashes and gashes on their arms and legs and chest. Blood on them. Just, they've seen rough days. So it's a very big mix of people that have gathered here at the western gate. And someone checks in. They split into three lines. People not going to the guards, who are going through these towering walls and enormously fortified. I mean, There are archers lining the wall as far as your eyes can see in both directions. There are soldiers and ballistas on the ground outside of this gate. I mean, this place is, as you well know, armed to the teeth as the most predominant human stronghold. So there's three lines. There's the people that are passing down the center of the road. They're just heading into the town. There's a second line of people who, again, look like they have had a night from hell. They're all beaten and they're headed towards the captain who's standing up there. You know him as Captain April. And in the last line, they're headed to High Guard Captain Nicholas. And they are all carrying scrolls. They're turning in their jobs. You know that because you've been out on yours. Everyone in that line is turning in their job for their citizenship identification. So what should we do here?
I'm confused.
You're confused. It has to do with your personal quest.
Oh. Okay.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to think. My brain's sorry. So I'm free to walk around, right?
Mm-hmm. You're not
Okay.
required to do anything. You have choices.
Yeah. I perception check.
Okay. Roll it out.
Wait. Oh god. Ba 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 ba. 13. 21, that one. Yep.
21?
21.
Okay. Beautiful city, but the guards are what you pick out right away. High Guard Captain Nicholas he looks like an impenetrable fortress in and of himself. The sword on his back is colossal, embedded with gems made of steel. You can't even imagine how it was forged. His armor is pristine, full plate, dazzling display. He is massive, standing at 6 foot, God knows how tall. Captain April is who you got your mission from. You were supposed to go identify a group of hostile orcs that had been in the area, but as you know, that didn't pan out how you were supposed to on your back. Are you going to be entering the city? Like I said, the ballistas are all stationed outside. You have oh my gosh. You have catapults, one on either side of the door, and you have a giant drawbridge that is dropped down to let people in the main road.
Okay.
You've been in the city before? You were in there briefly, trying to search for metallurgists or someone who can help you with crafting your exotic tool, but you haven't been able to find anything on it because you can't get your citizenship. So you're like, clearly this is the route for me.
Okay.
So you struck up with a group, but your group is not here with you anymore. So
Where do I go to give them the information that I no longer have friendos?
that would be talking to Guard Captain April.
Okay, well, I would go there.
All right, so you get into the middle line. Slowly the line starts to get smaller as they shuffle along and talk to him. And they come up to a short brown-haired man wearing decently well-equipped armor, a sword in one hand, a shield on his back. And he says, "What do you have to report?"
No longer in company with friends. They've passed.
All of them.
Yes.
Ugh. You redeploying?
It's how I get citizenship, so yeah.
Well, you can't go by yourself. Tell you what, and he puts his hand on your shoulder and he says, "Take a day. Come back in the morning. There's no way I'm sending you out again like this. Just take some time to yourself. Get your head back together. Find some others to go with you. Because I'm not sending you out alone. Come back tomorrow if you haven't found anyone that you want to go with. And we'll pair you up with whoever shows up in the morning."
Okay.
As
Thank you,
initial
Even this
says, "Sorry about what happened to your group. I'll see you tomorrow."
Where's food?
Food is everywhere. You could sneeze and someone would be mad at you because you sneezed on their food.
Well, that's why you sneeze. Anyway.
Generally speaking.
Yeah. I mean, I would like some meat. I'm hungry. Duh.
Oh,
So, pork, because pork. Look
you
for
just follow the smell. It's being cooked just down the street.
Okay. Well,
So you head into the city and you see there are cuts. I mean, from every animal you could imagine. You've got beef, you've got pork, you've got chicken, you got turkey, you got ham, you got everything hanging up, and it's just on big ass hooks. And the only reason you can see it is because they ripped the front of the building out. It looks like a normal building, but the front is literally open. There's no door. The whole front of the place is open. And you know this is Gelder's Meat Mart. This guy literally puts all the meat out. He keeps the inside of the back of the building cold because he has ice, literally massive buckets of ice on the floor. Chills the inside of the room. And then you pick the meat you want, you give it to him, and he cuts it, preps it, and cooks it however you want, whatever you want, whenever you want it.
too many options. Goddamn. I mean, I grab the pork.
All right. Pork it is. You going for a high quality cut? Or are you going for something just to eat for the day? What's the plan
Just
here?
to eat for the day.
Just to eat. All right. So you grab from the general stock that he's got there. Bring it up to him. He's up there chopping away at something right now that looks delicious. Holy crap, those steaks. He's grilling those up. He says, "Just a moment, I'll be right with you." And he sets a very large lid over the top of what he's working on right now, and he turns to you and says, "Can I help you?"
Yes, sir. I would like to have this.
He says, "Not a problem. You want that cooked up on the spot, or how long you want it cooked for? You want it any special way? You want it smoked? You want any specialty fixings on it? Garnishing is the word. What do you need?"
Just smoked, friend.
It's just smoked? All right. 5 gold.
Okay.
All right, puts his hand out. Hand him the money?
Yes.
Okay. So he hands you the money and he takes it and he goes, tell you what, I'll throw it in right now before I put this next one in. He turns around and you see the fire's underneath and he just throws it into a brick oven in the back and sets a sheet over there and it just starts to steam and sizzle inside. And he shuts it and seals it and he says, "Give it a half hour and it'll be perfect."
Thank you, friend.
He says, "If you like, you can have a seat. Otherwise, it'll be, or I can take your name.
The name's Ivan. Ivan Provolov.
He puts his hand out. This is a
Ivan
short,
puts-
stocky, fat man. He's like 5'5", and just a big guy with like his apron on and a cleaver in one hand, and he's just reaches up to you because you're enormous. He's got just brown hair, just a dirty face from working with giant slabs of meat all day. He smells like it. Smells like steak.
Okay. Ivan obviously shakes hand.
Gorik the Butcher.
Nice meeting you.
Says, pleasure's mine.
I'll be back in 30 minutes. So roll. Roll
Yes.
credits. Okay. Okay.
Yes, good talk. You're done. No. Second.
Ivan was never seen again after that.
He ate the mystery steak, and then for some reason he was found hanging in the shop the next day. No. All right. Is there anything else you want to do? I mean, anything else you're planning on doing for the day? You kind of meander around the shop, look around the streets a little bit, just while you're waiting.
I mean, give a good walk, see the variety of food, the beauty and the majesty of food and all.
One stand really sticks out to you. It's exotic fruits. Berries that are the size of softballs. And just all
So
sorts of
regular-
stuff.
A regular berry for Ivan.
Yes. Little size of my little finger.
It's tiny. It's cute. Yeah.
He's a small snake.
It's small.
Oh. All right. So he goes, Ivan, Ivan, Ivan. You're such a tiny voice yelling from very far below you.
Yes.
Comes out, and he hands you a tin plate. He says, "There you are," and there's some cutlery with it.
Thank you.
Come again anytime. So as you're walking out, about to nom on your absolutely delectable, steaming to perfection. You asked for a meal that was going to cost you 5 gold. It looks like it belongs on a plate at a table setting for somewhere that costs 30 gold to get in the door. I mean, wow. And as you're drooling over this, you're walking over to sit down at one of the tables in front of the shop. You bump into somebody wearing some raggedy cloak, wandering around, kind of just looking up at stuff, and it falls on the ground. Zexel, you just got run into by a Goliath. I mean, like a house just bumped into you. And all you
Okay.
smell is smoked. Oh man, that is delicious. And then you see that. You're not sure if it's human or what it is. But Ivan is hugely towering over you and looks like that. And his meat is on the ground.
I am
You
so
notice an angry, shouting critter standing on his shoulder. It's just making noises at you. It's a hedgehog, you think.
I'm so sorry, sir. I'm terribly sorry about your food. I was looking in my book. I'm sorry, I'm far too clumsy. How much did that cost you?
I need hug to repay. I need hug.
Um, I hold up my hand. How about a handshake as I just met you?
Hug.
I just go in for the hug. Oh, okay.
So that angle would be like.
Wait, no, the other way. Turn the opposite
Yeah.
direction.
No,
Turn the
no,
opposite-
yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay. Hello. My name is Zexel. I hand out my I hold up my hand.
Shakes hand. Even Provolone.
His
Very-
hand is like twice the size of yours. Like he wraps his hand around yours to shake your hand.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Ivan, and Paul Meeping.
It's Ruth.
Oh, very nice to meet.
Wait. It's Ruth.
Oh, nice to meet you both. I do apologize. I was looking in my book, and I was actually looking for us around. Have you been here long or often? I do have a question. If maybe you can answer it.
What is the question?
Um, these armbands everyone's wearing. Do I notice that? Do I notice what kind of garb he's in?
He's armed. He's
Do I see one of those armbands that I
he
noticed?
doesn't have one.
Okay. I noticed that you don't have one of the armbands with the sigil on it. By chance, do you know any of the ways of how to wire one of those?
Well, there's many ways, so that's very hard. I only know one, but I know there's many.
What if you only know one, what is that way?
I mean, you could kill shit. That's what I did. I mean, I attempted to identify things, and then things got killed.
You can kill anything?
Well, no,
That sounds a
You
little
do-
dangerous.
You do tasks for like the whoever his name is. I just want food, really. Thank you for that, by the way.
Okay.
Still staring at the food. It's on the ground.
Okay. All right. Excellent. So that's the only way that you know how. And as to repay you, how about I get you another plate of food? I still feel terrible about this.
Well, Ivan picks up the food because he's not just gonna leave it there.
Aw,
Oh.
what a sweetheart. He's not gonna litter.
Gonna. Well, what's the point of that anyway? I mean,
Would you accept me, repaying the food?
I would highly suggest getting yourself some as well. But yes, you are paying for food.
Okay, excellent.
But I
I
highly suggest you get some as well.
I am perfectly fine. I have my own food.
You might regret that decision once you see it.
All right. And then where did you get this food from, Ivan?
Gorek over there, and he's the butcher apparently.
Okay.
I don't know. He makes good food, so I don't complain. Apparently, he makes good food. I wouldn't know. It's on the floor.
Don't worry.
No.
Don't worry. We'll take care of that. The butcher's store.
Okay. You guys turn around and you're going back into Gork's place. He goes, Ivan, back again. How was it?
He made me spill my food. I tripped over
He
him
holds
like
his
a
hands
tiny
up and
little
like-
stub.
He goes, "What?" He's like waving around. He's like, "You gotta be kidding me!" Oh, I'm
I'm
sorry to hear that.
I am so clumsy. In order to repay him, I would like to buy him 2 of whatever he ordered.
Aaron cobs his head to the side and he kind of walks up to Ivan and he elbows him and I guess at the shins. I don't know how tall he is. No, he kind of elbows you and he goes, "You know, Ivan, he's small enough to eat. Comparatively, you might have a couple steaks and chops. Huh?
Maybe, but
I don't know him. You don't know him. I didn't say anything." No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I would never, unless no one was looking. I would never.
I like
What'll
your
it be, boys? And I use the term "boys" lightly, Mr. Ivan, sir.
I'll take 2 of whatever he previously ordered.
You had him, yes? Pork?
Yes, Ivan.
No.
Oh.
Did you call him a ham? I was asking what he wanted to eat.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir.
Yes, pork, smoked pork,
Yes, okay. Same cut?
same cut.
10 gold. You want
Alright.
to, yes?
Yes. I hand him the 10 gold.
Right. Put it away, counts it out really quick. Alright. Other order is in. It's going to take 2 hours.
Alright. And just put it under Ivan. He'll come back and pick it.
Under Ivan. Alright. He goes
Thank
and
you, sir.
gets the cuts and he puts them in there and starts to smoke them again.
Also,
Now, back to Bestit. Alright, Bestet just found out all her information while she was talking to Lingham's potion stall. Now what's our plan? You have your sleeping potion. Free to roam about the cabin.
I want to go see Jack.
You're gonna go see Jack.
I'm gonna go see Jack. That grows
Alright.
all the herbs. Hopefully, give me
Oh,
some good.
yeah. Maybe you can get you some Keef.
Yeah.
Keef is actually the name of pot in D&D. In case anyone's curious.
That's awesome.
It actually has status effects too. You get a +10 to hunger. No, I'm kidding. All right, so you're heading over to Jack's. Now, this shop is actually really cool. The window is like the plants are growing up the inside of the windows, but they spell Jack's potions.
He has a way with nature.
Oh, he done grow that stuff real good. All right, so people are coming in and out, and they're carrying like some people are leaving with crates. Some people are leaving with like a pot with a plant in it. Some people are leaving with a rack of potions. Some people have backpacks. They're just loading up. I mean, this guy's got the goods. So you go inside the store, and immediately you get a number of different smells. First of all, you have knowledge of nature, right?
I don't have any. It has to.
It has to be trained, and you don't have points in it.
No.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Make survival check. I need to stop talking like that.
25. Nat 20. +5.
Oh. Okay, you walk in and you can smell, and from what you've seen, you can name everything. This guy's got everything from medicinal herbs. He's got metamagic herbs, which help with spells. He's got, I mean, he even brews his own mutagens. I mean, this guy's clearly an alchemist through and through. You can smell mint. You can smell saffron. I mean, he has cooking herbs. Just everything under the sun. And the shop is crazy. I mean, he has wooden cross hatches all the way through the whole thing, and the way you pick out what it looks like the herbs you want is he grows them in a wall and you literally walk up to it, and they're facing outwards, and you take what you want. And the inside of the store is literally, it extends out 2 buildings in other directions, like where when you're outside of the shop, it's like his shop, the next shop, the next shop. You went inside, and the area is bigger than it appeared to be on the outside. And it's just spices and herbs, and at the far back of the shop, you see a massive display of potions that wraps around, like if it was a library, it's potions instead of books. There are tons of people in here. There are people making deals in the hallway, people discussing different things about herbs. There's very bizarre. You find an elf standing off to the right, not doing anything funny, just odd to see an elf. You haven't seen hardly any since you got here. Every single person in here has a citizen's identification badge.
Okay. And where's Jack?
You're looking around. Nobody really pops out to you right away. But there is a counter in the back that is in front of the not in front, but it's very near to the bookshelves full of potions.
Okay. Is there a directory for what he carries? Like a book that has information on the potions that are available?
All of a sudden, someone comes running up to you and goes, "Hi, welcome, 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 welcome to Jack's." And this red as hell haired, pale as white, just 5'8" human comes hopping up, and he goes, "Hey, hey, hey! Welcome to Jack's. What can I do for you? Anything in particular?" Sorry, where are my manners? I'm Jack. Pleasure.
Nice to meet you, Bastet.
Shakes the living hell out of your hand. He goes, "Bastet, you look fabulous. You look great. You look like you're well kept in the forest. What do you think? I've never seen you before because I don't forget faces. First impressions? Too much? Not enough? Probably not enough."
I think your talent with nature is amazing.
Ah, he like blushes 8 shades of red. He goes, "You're too much. Thank you. What can I do for you?" That's why you're here, right?
Yes. I'm very interested in dreams right now. More so,
He kind
the
of cuts you off, and he
meaning.
gets really excited. He goes, "Ha! Well, I have things that can make you have crazy dreams. You can have violent dreams, or maybe a little more lewd dreams. You can have dreams
No.
about..."
I don't want to have dreams. I'm already having dreams. I want
Oh.
to decipher my dreams.
I can extract your dreams. That hurts a lot, though. Not, well, yeah. I can bottle dreams.
You can
Come here,
bottle.
come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. He's like, "Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on." He grabs you by the hand and goes, "You gotta follow me." And
Okay.
he grabs you by the hand, and he like pulls you to the back of the store, and there's a locked case. It's locked, and he puts his hand on it, and his hand glows bright green, and the whole case glows bright green, and then you hear a clicking noise, and it unlocks, and he lifts it up and sets the top over there, and inside are vials. They're like jars like this. They're longer, like wide, than they are tall, and there is an opening probably about this big on the top of every jar, and in every jar is like a movie playing. Some of them are people like playing with kids. Some of them are men fighting battles. Some of them are everyone gathered around a table having a feast. Some of them are people being murdered. And there's like 150 of these things. He goes, "What do you think?"
That's quite a lot of people's memories or dreams.
Dreams are memories. They're made up of a conglomeration of things you've seen in your entire life.
See, that is why No, anyway, no, not too much information.
She's like,
how
oh, honey,
do
you can tell me anything.
I'm okay. How do I go about having dreams bottled?
You gonna keep it or no?
Yes.
You're gonna keep it. It's gonna cost you.
How much?
100 gold.
Oh, that's a lot.
Mm-hmm. I'm ripping your thoughts out of your head and cramming them into a bottle as a souvenir. It's a little extensive, but I can guarantee you it'll all be there
What's
most
the
of the time.
procedure take? Like, what exactly do you have to do?
Oh, you go to sleep, and then I set up a ritual before you do, and then you wake up and it's gone. You have to have the dream. So sometimes it
does-
takes a while. That is mainly why the process costs so much. It's not just a one-time thing. If you go to sleep and don't have the dream that you want to get rid of, and I extract it, you still owe me the money. But
Is there any other options? Maybe not so visual?
Wait, what?
Not so visual. Like, I don't
No.
want it in a bottle.
Where do you want it?
I know.
You want a sandwich, sweetheart? What can
No.
we do here? Work with me.
I need to know what my dreams mean. I need to get information on.
Sweetheart, that's something that you have to answer for yourself. I can't tell you what they mean. I can only show you what they are while you're awake, that you haven't seen as they are in your head as you're having the dreams in it. Yeah.
Do you have any healing herbs?
I have so many. Just a second, and he swings his arm around and glows green, and the case shuts and locks behind him, and he goes, "Follow me!" And he goes off towards the left. Skipping. Very, very skipping. Like,
I want some of what you have.
you're actually saying that?
Mm-hmm.
He goes, "Well, then we'll make a quick stop back here." And he grabs your arm and literally yanks you into an eye. You thought he was going forward, but he yanks you off to the side and he goes, "Right here, take a deep smell of this." And he kind of like pushes your back towards something that's growing on one of the crosshatched wood sections. He's like, "Just breathe in." Everything's glowing. All of a sudden, as soon as you open your eyes, everything looks shiny and lights are bright and vibrant and colors are like 4K television colors. Like,
This is ecstasy.
woo! It's just what you see. You're not experiencing anything differently, but what you see looks like perfect times 10. And he's like, "What do you think? You didn't even eat it."
What happens if you eat it?
How much money do you have?
Not enough.
You don't know that?
I have 15. No, I have 15.
15? I like you. Give me a gold. I'll let you have one. It's not going to be very strong because I'm not going to brew it.
What does it do?
It tastes like the shape orange.
Tastes like the shape. Oh, okay. The healing herbs. Back to the healing herbs. I think I might destroy my brain and get off track if I keep doing this.
He goes, "You got it." He kind of like spins around. He's like standing on these and like, "And this way." Goes back to the main aisle that he was doing that runs along the back of the store. Skipping again, profusely skipping. He kind of like skips forward and then he skips backwards and kind of like waves to you. And somebody goes, "Jack, stop terrorizing the new customers. Oh, you're just jealous because your wife doesn't put out. Told you I could fix that. But you don't want to. Employee discount's a great thing." He goes, "You're a red-haired jackass. And you haven't been late in weeks. This way, please. He kind of gestures to you to keep up. You guys get to the back of the store, and it's just reds and oranges. And it's just a whole wall of...
The shape or the flavor?
The back wall is vials. They range from single tubes to jars, from like a mason jar size down to like a single vial. And he goes, this is pre-made, and then this over here, and you get like a smell. It's like a rosemary kind of smell, really warm, gentle, kind of like summer's day smell comes wafting, and the whole back shelf is just blooms of oranges and auburn colors of flowers, 4 petals on them each. And he says, these, I haven't named them. You can't find them outside. They were outside. I brought them in. Now they're great. Anyways, they grow here, and if you want to make them yourself, you're happy to take these. They will provide healing factor to your. You can put them in food. You can make your own potions. They're not going to be mine, but you can. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your time.
I just want something that'll heal minor and major wounds. 2 separate ones.
Plenty of them. Pulls down the vial. He goes, minor. He pulls down a little, looks like a flask, just a small cylinder about this tall. He goes, major.
Are there any side effects to either of these?
Not unless you've had something from one of my other shelves first.
Okay. How much are they?
How many do you want? I offer bulk discounts. If you buy 50, it's 10% off. If you buy 100, it's 13% off. If you buy 1,000, it's 20% off.
I only want a few.
Oh.
I don't have a lot on now. This is just to get me by. I'm sure I'll be back for your wondrous concoctions.
I'll tell you what, I have a spice for chicken. Oh my god. Chicken breast. You grill it up. Oh, if you have it, it's just divine. Just that touch of piquancy on top. Girl, I'll tell you what. Oh, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked again. Huh.
Now I'm hungry.
Like you could always come to my house for dinner. And you just hear someone yell from the back, you're a goddamn creeper. He goes, still not getting laid. I wouldn't even fuck you, to be completely honest. All right. He says, for 5 gold, you can get a minor, and for 15 gold, you can get a I'm retarded. The next one up.
Major.
Major.
Let's just do 2 minor.
Okay. 2 minors, and he literally, like, I just swear to God, he floats up to the shelf to get it. Doesn't, but he might as well have. And he goes up and he grabs him, and he goes, holds his hand out for payment. And he hands you the potions.
Okay.
He goes, is there anything else that I would be able to get for you, madam?
Maybe just some information if I could pick your brain for one question in particular. Since you seem to love nature so much. We have that in common. Do you know of any magical forests? Close or far?
Do you like gnomes?
I don't have any problems with them.
Damn it. Do you want to have a problem with them?
I mean, if one of them pissed me off, then yeah, probably.
What if they blew
Why?
up the largest concentrated magic forest I've ever been to? Can we be
That's
mad then? Because they built a
probably
city on the
pretty mad.
ashes of a bomb that went
Oh,
off
are you
there.
talking about oops shit?
Yes! That glorious smoldering pile of dead everything, those motherfuckers. Oh, sorry.
Is there a way to fix it? I mean, if you were to, like, just hypothetically speaking now, you know, two magicians with natural nature talent restore it? Or if we could maybe get more than just two?
You've never been there, have you?
No.
Sweetheart, just don't. I don't know if you've ever tried to restore nature to a crater, but it's usually not that simple. When you blow a hole the size of this fortress in the landscape, there's not really much left to bring back. So much like building an undead ziggurat on top of Holy Land, they built a fucking city in the crater. And those bastards continue to blow holes in the land. They think it's funny. They think it's funny as hell. I'm gonna... Oh my goodness.
Sniff some of your stuff!
Doesn't help.
Sniff more! Eat a pound of it!
What are you trying to do to me?
Fly around your shop.
Fly? I have potions for that.
You could do... No, I don't want to fly.
Are you sure?
I'm okay. What about
Okay. Yes, you are.
what about the elven territory to the south?
Elves are wonderful. They're wonderful. Can't get an audience with the queen, though. What a bunch of prudes.
Hmm.
What do you want to know? I haven't been there in a very long time. I was allowed to go into one of their forests one time. Magnificent. Catfolk, they're called. Adorable.
I'm very familiar with the catfolk.
Sweetheart, you're my new best friend.
I was raised by them. They're very nice. Very nice community.
Kind of like starts like leaning around and staring at your ass. Sorry.
I don't have a tail.
Figured I'd check.
No. Not yet, at least. But I don't know.
Ooh, dirty details. Come on, girl.
That is for another day. That's too extensive. That's gonna take a lot of work. A lot of work.
No, extensive is the fertility drugs that I have. They are sorry. I got time.
Oh, I also got some information that woman Yulessa visits you frequently.
Oh, she is such a doll. She might as well be homeless though. But she's sweetheart. One of these days she'll let me have that rabbit's foot, and I will make the utmost potent luck potion. Oh! She's gonna set it down for 1 minute, and I'll cut its damn foot right off. It'll be fine. Doesn't need it. She carries it everywhere. It's not that bad, you know. Just for like a minute.
But it's tame. Why don't you just go catch your own?
It's okay. If you had the most magical bread in all the world, like if you cut this bread, it made fairies come alive from the bread, like they burst forth from the aether. And you had this bread, and it's like, it's nice bread. It's not gonna go bad. It's full of magic, and would you just stare at it all day?
No.
Right, you would cut it, and there'd be fairies everywhere.
But that's not a bunny.
It might as well be. It's not my bunny. I don't give a shit. I mean, I do, but I don't because she won't let me have any of it. It's not fair.
How often does she visit you?
Once a month. Once a week,
June.
I think. She's here a lot. Kind of. When she needs stuff. You don't have a thing.
No,
Gotta get one.
I know.
She ain't gonna talk to you without it.
She won't. She won't talk to me.
Nope.
Why?
She's a little pretentious.
Oh.
Most of what she does is secret. Some code of the druids.
Well, I need to get a contract. I'm not joining the army.
It's not an army. It's like keep us safe, policey people.
Yeah, I'm the kind that stays in the back and deals all the damage that way.
Ooh, I bet you deal damage, sweetheart.
Want to find out?
Now we're talking about trading goods for services. He hasn't blinked the whole time he's saying. He's actually staring you down right now. He's like, so, what goods do I have to trade for your services?
That bottled dream.
You've got yourself a deal. Dinner in my house, 8 o'clock tonight?
Chicken spices?
Fantastic. I'll start right after I get off.
The first time or the second?
There's only going to be 2? Come on now. You severely underestimate what I grow in this shop. I'll see you at 8.
Clock it is.
And he goes around. Wonderful! This guy like starts prancing, is the best way you can describe it, away.
I just sold my body for a bottled dream to a crazy flaming redhead human. Wait until he finds out I can turn into a beast.
Don't turn into a rabbit, whatever you do. Alright, so you're left there. He prances off to get ready for his hot date tonight. Oh man. Alright, back in the shop where things are back to just having dinner. You're all disappointed and you don't have a flaming well. Zexel and Ivan, we're back with you.
All right. Okay. So we are back in the butcher's.
Served up 2 hours later, hot and fresh. And he goes, Ivan, for you, because I know where you come from. I have family there, if you can't tell. I serve you a little extra. And he got you guys a goblet of wine and a twice baked potato to go with it. Just for Ivan.
Yeah. So I hand both of these plates are all this food is in his hand because I bought it for Ivan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's all in as for repayment. Ivan, I hope you enjoy your meal. It was a pleasure meeting. I do apologize about ruining food, but I do hope that...
Do you want the wine? I'm not much of an alcohol guy.
I could use some wine.
Fucking nudge goes like that because his hands and everything is full of food.
I'll take the wine.
All right. You take the goblet out of his hands. You gonna give it a taste?
Yeah.
All right. It's fantastic. It's red wine. It's not too bitter, just a little bit of dry, a little bit of sweet, and it's extremely smooth. Very good.
Excellent. I'll finish the wine off.
Okay. Ivan, you're having your meal. It is perfection all the way through. Oh, you're almost glad you had it ruined because, savoring the smell and the thought of eating it, it is everything you thought it would be and more.
Eating it twice.
Duh.
Well, Ivan, you have yourself a rest of your...
You'll have a better one.
But there
I
is,
mean, I don't know.
but I do apologize. There is something that I'm attending to.
You do that, man. I'm gonna eat.
It was a pleasure meeting you. And then I walk out of this.
Kinda like ways.
Kind of likewise. All right. We were going so your guys' group would put it back. We'll just reset. That makes it Joe's turn. So Zexa, let's have your turn first right now.
All
What's
right.
the plan?
Since I did
Since you're
talk
walking
to
away.
a traveling merchant, me that I did have, or a merchant of sorts, who would I talk to in order to become a merchant using my skills?
The way the man told you about was that you have to have a good or a service to provide to the community. And it has to be profitable and beneficial.
Okay.
And once you can do that, you have to demonstrate. You have to basically have a write-up of what you're going to be doing, how it's going to be done. Like you have to make a business model
Okay.
essentially,
And who
and
would I talk to?
present it to the guards, the guard post at the entrance to the town,
Oh, so the very front entrance?
the southern entrance
Okay, I'd
where
like
you
to.
came in.
Okay, I'd like to go back to the.
Okay, so you start strolling down the street, and you hear someone inside of one of the shops to your left go, "See what I ate!" You hear clanging and banging going on, and then you just
Uh. Okay. I why do I see anything or anything suspicious, or is it just loud noise?
you just hear the loud noise coming out of the door, and you look over and you see a scrawny, indescribable red-headed man skipping through the back of the building.
And then I shake my head. Well then, keep walking.
Okay, you reach the front of the town.
And who do I speak? Do I know who to speak to, or was that?
You are no. There's no one specific that he pointed you to. Executives aren't in the front guard post. You just have to ask there. When you approach the gates, there is like a small shack where there are a couple guards there, and then there's also like tables in the back where people are seated. It's a
All right.
small, not barracks, but office space.
Well then I would like to.
It's like a half window if you're thinking of like a food service where you would
Okay.
sit up at like a bar top kind
Like
of thing without
like
the stools.
like a ticket stand.
Right, exactly.
or a
But
movie
it's like a
theater size.
long, it's a wide ticket stand, and
Okay.
but it's a structural. It's like a building, so there's room in the
yeah.
back for people.
All right, so I'd like to go up there.
Okay, you approach him and say, "Traveler, can I help
Yes.
you?"
Hi, my name is Zach. I was pointed in this direction. I would like to become a trader in your town, and I'd like to propose my skill set.
Your skill set. Oh, what are you trading?
I'm
do
trading
you
my
trade?
service, which
Well, that's not trading. That's providing a service. So let's get
Yes.
things straight first. You
Mhm.
need a service contract.
correct. And I would like
Okay.
to I'm a tarot card reader, so since I am a trade, it would help lift the spirits of your town greatly if I can read their.
You haven't
Have-
been to Jack's yet, have you?
No, unfortunately. This is my first
Okay.
time.
You want to know about people having uplifted spirits? You should check that place out. Anyways, if you can handle it. He's eccentric, but he's a nice guy. You can read the future.
Correct.
Forgive me for being skeptical, but you do have to provide evidence of your skill.
Yes, definitely.
What am I about to do?
It doesn't work quite like that.
So
I have
Not
to
much.
read your fortune through the cards. I am not a regular mind reader. Okay.
Says, well,
And swiftly,
why don't you don't stand in the road? Come on in, have a seat. So he comes out from a side door and he says, come in here, have a seat. You're gonna stand out in the street and get run over by a cart.
all right, and
He
with
walks
the
you inside, and there's a series of rooms. Obviously, people are allowed to present their things in privacy. It's all wooden. It's not stone. The masonry here is it's not, it's not structurally like reinforced or anything. It's just wooden, and the rooms are divided, and they have doors. So he opens one of the doors, and they're pretty good size. They're about 10 by 10. And lets you come inside, and there's a
All right.
table, and says, have a seat. The table's big enough. It's got 4 seats. It's just wherever you'd like.
I'll take a seat across from him so that we're is at
Okay.
the not like at the length of the table, but like
Well, it's a square table, so you can have
Okay.
your back to the door, or you can be facing the door.
either one doesn't matter. I'm gonna point him. Would you mind taking a seat across from me as I take a seat at the one
Like what?
the wall
You
one
facing
facing the
the door,
door.
or you facing-
I'm facing towards the door.
Okay, so you're the other side of the room, facing
Mhm.
back towards him, and he
Mhm.
goes and sits down with his back to the door.
Yes.
He says, "All right, hit me."
All right, and then I'm going to do a perform
Okay.
my oratory performance.
Missing.
19.
What is your oratory performance? I'm dying to know this.
Well, no, this is that's what it's called because I couldn't do thing. So I swiftly pull out the cards and I start to make them glow a little bit, but they have a little bit of shine on them.
Okay.
I look at him and then I would like to make a perception. Well, yes, I'd like to make a perception check on the guard. It's not anything dangerous, but I'm trying to scope out information about him from what I see. Well,
Oh, you want finite details. You're looking
Yes.
for very detailed
Mhm.
tells. You're essentially looking for tells.
exactly.
Okay, roll a dice. It's going to be hard because tells are not something
Yeah,
easy to come by.
17.
All right. Only you can tell as far as you know. You don't know much about his family. You gather he's been to Jack's. He knows a little bit about a potions shop. That doesn't give you much to go on there. But he's been there. He knows of it. And he knows community is generally on a positive morale. And his armor's clean. He doesn't get out into combat, or he's a very cleanly person. I'm not really sure which of the
Okay.
two, but that's all you're really able to gather from him. If
And
you
then-
had to guess, you would say his age is mid-30s. Yeah, the guard has black hair. It's kind of disheveled, but pulled back into a ponytail in the back, a small one. And he has a bit of stubble.
Right. So I'm going, and then I look at him once around, and then I start to set down my cards. Do a pattern of 3 on the top, 3 on the bottom, and then side. First card I'm going to pull is the cards on the bottom. These ones are these are probably the most grimace of, and just to be sure, since I didn't get enough, I'm going to roll a buff as well, just to be.
You're gonna bluff him?
Because I don't have, because I didn't roll
Oh,
a
you're
good enough
saying to make up the information you're bluffing.
Exactly. I got a 24.
All right.
All right, first card that the first card that I pulled is the Hermit. Judging by this, I'm assuming you don't generally go out into battle or combat too much. you're more of a stay in town kind of body, and you generally stay in town and protect the town very well. And the second card I pull out is the Star card. This card is greater aspiration. And seeing as you're sitting at current post, you want to reach for the stars, in a sense. And you have great passion to move up in your current position. And the next card I pull is the Heroine. This card is designed for the fact that you are passionate about the town. You care, and you care to show that the town is prosperous, and you know how the well-being of the town means very, very, very. And this these top cards are more of a favor card. First card is Judgment. Judging by this card, you are a very strong person. That's why they put you in this position. You are a person of great will and great standing. Hence why you can tell just by looking at armor. You are very skilled at what you do, and you're very decisive. The next card I have is the Sun. The Sun is designed to show compassion. You are a very strong-willed person. Last card. You are also a very compassionate person, judging by what you do for this town as well. And this next card is... This is interesting. The Lovers. This also ties into the fact that you love this community very, very much. And your passion ties deeply into your heart for the people and protecting them. And these two side cards are people of great respect. First one I pull is the Emperor. Now this card, designed for the king. Show him great respect, and you only want to see him succeed in what he is. Second card pulled is the World. This card is designed to encompass all of the world, this town, and greater aspirations to make it bigger, as well as make it succeed far beyond the reaches of just these walls. And that is my...
Very interesting. It's Mrs. Look, let me level with. I think you're great. I think this is quite a show, but anyone can read tarot cards, regardless of how good or how bad you are at them. And I'm not able to give you citizenship or talent or service such as this. This doesn't add to our community. It doesn't help our trade. It doesn't help the town grow or prosper. It's entertainment, so to speak. As a service, it might be, but you have no plan. You don't have any developmental permits. You don't have a mason or an establishment squared away, a place of practice to grow a business.
Just give me a...
Honestly, I'd be hard pressed to give you a permit without recommending you go out on an errand for the guard.
this, I can guarantee that profit in, as well as I can give money and tax to the community because travelers as well as citizens, as you said, it is entertainment. Every town does need entertainment, and that value isn't in such of itself, being that yes, your town is gorgeous. Everybody loves the wonder seeing what beholds to them. Even the happiest person wants to know what's next.
Kind of scratches his head a little bit.
This can be quite profitable for community, as well as it is a very illustrious. Think about all of the travelers, just by name, by word, that would love to come in and see fortune teller. And seeing as this is such a wonderful city, that would boast more money, more profit, and there would be a
I'm
place
hearing
of
a lot of
development.
more, but you've brought me no stats. I have no reason to believe you have a profit margin. Do you have proof of income? Do you have any sort of keeping from your last establishment? Do you have any records of profits? Anything? I mean, I want to help you, but
Mm,
you have to work with me.
definitely. Just along the travels through here, I have made more than enough gold just based on travels. So my profit margin, walking from I come from, like
Where'd you
what's the
come
best?
from?
Well, no, where did
You
I?
were just traveling by the Allen Fields.
Was I in a town before that by chance? Do I have a name or something?
Where's your? I'm not gonna tell you
Oh,
where your hometown is. That's your job.
uh,
Like, you were supposed to backstory that.
yeah. So with this, just traveling through the Allen Fields, just being on trading routes, I managed to pull an easy 70 gold. I can easily
He
that.
kind of chuckled.
It is it is
70 gold.
it is small change, but at
That's
the
not
same
even
point,
change. You couldn't even afford a stall permit with that, much less build a stall.
but with this,
So you've already cost the kingdom money. You don't have the funds to procure an establishment to perform your service. And I'm supposed to allow you citizenship based on this extremely loose and almost not lucrative business at all.
this becomes where I can grow. But this
Well,
is
this is
just
not where
from
you grow. This kingdom is grown and is prosperous. This is not a place for you to learn a trade.
I do
You are
not need to.
welcome here to all of the services of this quarter. The outer quarter is for guests, and we welcome travelers by the thousands daily. If you think you're the only person who's made a buck on the street who's come in and wanted a place, you're not.
Oh no, and that
I like what you do. I I can't give you a permit. I cannot offer you citizenship because your service is not legitimate. You've brought me no plan. You have not showed any bookkeepings or margins that you made. You, from what I've been told, you cannot even afford the establishments that we have already in stake, nor do I, as knowing the community, believe that you are able to fund a project to create you a space in your stead to practice. And no, going down to the local taverns and walking around is not a business. It's a hobby. I'm sorry, but I have to reject your proposal unless you can bring me something more.
and if I come back with
Your mic died.
Okay. If I come back with a recommendation from a merchant or thereafter, would I be able to your citizenship?
If you're working with the merchants, you must fulfill a contract. And in order to do that, you must work with an establishment that has an honorary citizen seal.
Very well. Thank you for your
And you as well. Have a pleasant stay. He stands up, opens the door, and allows you to go first. And you step back out to the street, and he walks back up to the post and kind of just starts talking to the other guys there. And you
So,
step back on another busy street.
and then I'm going to just walk back in town and scope out the merchants that would be more suited to my talent.
All right. While you're doing that,
Mhm.
it is Ivan's turn. Ivan, how is your pork?
This taste. It's like my mother made it or something.
Ah, tastes like home. What is plan, Ivan?
When is to find friends, let me friend to make someone either not happy or make sure they are okay. Who knows? Friend to work with yeah. What the hell, Ruth? Ruth just fell. What the hell?
Hedgehog jumped down onto plate and started eating pork with you. Cannibal
Yes.
Hedgehog. Alright, so you're digging in and you see Zaxel take off towards the inner part of the city. He heads around the corner off down to the southern gate. You could only guess. He's over in that general area. You're enjoying your meal, but now where are you gonna go? What's the plan? Where are we headed? It's about noon now. It's about noon. Noon, 2 o'clock, somewhere in there. Starting to get later into the day. There.
Is there a bounty office?
You're going to look for bounties?
Yes.
You know that if you look for bounties, you are going to go to guard outpost, same place you were offered contract before.
Okay.
Talking
Well,
to Captain April would probably be a good start.
with that,
All right. He is back at Western Guard Outpost. Head back that way after you eat your foods. All right. You notice him right away. Same thing I described when I was talking to Zexel. It's like a large. You've been inside. You went in there, get your armaments. You know, there's a front. You see Captain April at the gate. Just inside the little shack, the booth. He notices you and he nods to you as he's looking over some documents and reports as you approach.
hello, April. Or Captain April. Sorry.
He looks up out of the corner of his eye, shakes his head, and smiles. And goes, Ivan, good to see you. Hey, man, what can I help you with?
I need job.
Aren't you going out tomorrow?
I mean, can't I go out today?
You sure? He kind of looks over at you. By yourself?
Touche. Where could I find friends to go out tomorrow?
Well, I would check the southern gate. You know, that's where everybody comes in at. Anyone who's not already too scared to go back out.
Okay. Thank you.
Be a good start. Oh, what was the name of that other place? You know, if you have a convincing line, look over by oh, what's his name? Gosh, it'll be the death of Gustav. Gustav runs an inn. It's got a huge bar inside. Well, it's not huge, but it's a nice place. You're gonna catch the more brash individuals in there. It's one that I know of. Again, it's over. It's on the corner. Just go down past Gorik's place. Right when you hang your right to go down to the southern gate. It's just there on the corner. Nice man, very distinguished. Tell him I sent you. And the first drink's on me.
Okay, thank you. Oh god! The roof!
You dropped your head jog.
Yes, I got it though. We're fine. Anyway, I head over there. Or Ivan heads over there.
All right, so you head over there,
Mhm.
and you see in big gold gilded letters above there. It says Gustav's Tavern.
Gustavo.
Elegant place. Not ritzy, but classy. Not a cesspool. People aren't breaking shit and screaming and shouting, but it's loud inside and people are talking, sitting at tables. There's longer tables on the right hand side, rows, and on the left hand side when you walk in there are round tables and people are laughing and drinking and eating, and you see a section of row of rooms and a hallway stretching back, and then there's a staircase that goes upstairs. There's clearly some loft rooms of some kind. Very nice establishment. In the back on the right, there is a bar that rounds in an L shape, and then there is a counter where there's a man dressed in a suit, a black suit, and he is standing and flipping through a very large book on the desk. Extremely attractive women serving all the tables wearing dresses and gowns. A nice place. On your table to the right, there is a group of about 7 people armed to their teeth. They've got all their weapons set down. They're not strapped on and like ready for a brawl, but they're all enjoying a drink together. There's a couple tables with people who look like they're here on dates with their significant others, dressed up nice. They're not wearing royal purple, but nice. They're wearing their Sunday best. And it's kind of split. It's the guys who've been out in the rough and they're in here to relax and get a breath of fresh air, and then the left side is more of a dining area, a little more classy, a little more relaxed. Citizens, people who are just here to enjoy their time on a night out. One of the servers walks up to you and says, "Welcome to Gustav's," and she bows. And she looks up to you and says, "Is there something that I can help you with, sir?"
I'm looking for friends to go out tomorrow with and do stuff for Nikolai. Nicholas, sorry.
Fantastic. Well, might I suggest the tavern section? If you're looking for someone who's more capable or less elegant customers, but still as appreciated, tend to be more at home over here.
Does the place itself need any help? I would expect not with the amount of business here, but
Well, the man to talk to is unfortunately unable to weigh in on his behalf. Speak with Gustav, the owner. He's over there at the lodging book, and he'll be able to let you know if he's in need of someone of your stature and talents. I'm sure he'll be more than happy to speak with you.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Okay.
And then I walk to Gustav.
Gustav. All right.
Gustav.
So as you approach him, he stops, he stands up, and gives you a bow. He says, "Welcome to Gustav's Tavern. What can I get?" Wrong accent. "Welcome to Gustav's Tavern. What can I get for you?"
A job, maybe?
"Can you tell me about your skill set, sir? You
Uh,
look like you're ready to hunt a pack of wolves.
I mean, I can lift stuff.
Please, if you would be so kind."
Lift what?
Hmm?
Be so kind to do what? I'm confused.
Aye. "Sir, I was asking you
Mhm.
to portray your skills for me. What can you do?"
Lift things, very heavy things. I can also take care of rodents if you do have any. Probably don't in this fine establishment, but
What that at that he like scrunches up his nose. He's like, "There are no rodents here, I assure you."
what would you suggest for a job of my stature? Around here, at least.
Well, I have to say that we don't need a help stocking. That's a little full. You're saying that one of the men, such as yourself, over there, they are enjoying themselves. Maybe talk to a few of them.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
If I perhaps have work for you, you are
Ivan
Ivan. Sorry, your last name again?
Ivan Provolov.
Provolov. Wonderful. Well, I will keep you in mind, and you keep me in mind if you need a place to stay.
Hmm.
Best rooms in the quarter. Otherwise, enjoy your stay.
Thank you, sir. Then walks over to the 7 bros, my dude.
Laughing, slapping each other on the back, pounding down some ales, just having a good time.
Um, Perception check. Which one looks like more of a leader? Is what I'm asking. Basically,
Looks like
in my
more
head.
of a leader.
Yes. So,
Okay.
Perception of roll the dice. Oh. Okay. 26.
Did you get a nat 20?
Right. Oh no. 27. I got a 9 in perception.
Okay.
Or not. Wait. Am I dumb? I'm dumb. Okay, it's a 15.
Okay.
I was like. "Where's the second?"
Kind of look from person to person. Of the 7 of them, there are 2 guys wielding bows, 1 guy with an axe, 1 guy with a sword, uh, 1 person wielding a flail and a shield, 1 person holding a staff, and 1 person with a hammer. It's hard to tell, but if you had to guess, you'd probably say the guy holding the hammer, or with the hammer on his belt, is carrying at least the conversation at the table. He seems to be the voice here, the life of the party, so to speak.
Yeah.
Everybody's buddy. He
There's
has long blonde hair down just to about his shoulders. Like he's Fabio's father.
So is there a spare seat?
Yeah, other side of the table, all the way down in the end.
Ivan walks up and asks, "Hello, friends. Mind if I sit with you?"
Kind of looks up at you. And one of the guys holding the bow next to you goes, "Yeah, if you drink all this."
Challenge accepted. Grabs. Chugs.
Make a fort save.
Got it. It's time to die. Fort save is perception?
No, it's just a fortitude save. Top
what?
right hand corner
Top
under
right
class.
hand.
D20 plus fort.
Yes! Not 20. And a 3, so 23. First nat 20 of the day, I think.
You lock eyes with the guy and you just go, BAM! And you take it like a shot. You don't even drink it. You just, and then you swallow and it's gone. And you're like, he kind of looks at you and he goes, "No way! Get him another one! Get him another one! We gotta see it. Holy crap! Get him! Give me that!" And he hands you another. He goes, "Do it again! This guy's wild!"
I mean, I did
Come
what
on, come on! He's a beast! Come on! What's your name?
My name is Ivan.
Ivan! Come on! You can't stop now!
I probably should.
Double down! It's not gonna kill you.
It might though, because I don't know what the hell it is.
Won't. It's come on, I've been drinking them all night. He throws it back.
And you look so fine.
He's like, goes glug, 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 glug. Ah, boom.
And that's why I did not drink. Okay.
Everyone is laughing at him. One of the guys pours their drink on his head. He's like, dumbass. Okay. Well, you gonna have a seat?
Yes. Take a seat.
Jester's over there. So, you look like hell. Not that we don't.
Yeah.
You notice all of them have their citizen badges.
Mm-hmm.
What can we do for you? Ivan, was it?
Yes, it was Ivan. Ivan Provo.
Man with short brown hair, the guy with the flails sitting next to you. His shield's laying on the table. He says, "So, haven't seen you around new in town or just not been here before?"
Relatively, no. I'm working for Bench.
Ah. Trying to get your citizenship?
Yes.
No luck yet?
Well, the party I was with, they all, no longer are a party, let's say that.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. We lost a few of our own too, but gotta stick together.
Yes. I've been looking for people to go out with tomorrow. Couldn't find anyone so far.
Well, we're not big on orcs in the territory anymore. Most of us run with merchants. We got guys that'd like to call us out. We sell swords, but not so much in the business of killing. We just move goods on the trade routes back further into the human territory.
Yes.
Our best friend over here making out with a table.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Alec. Alec runs the Elven territory. I don't know why they trust him. Got himself hooked on ale when he tried Elven ale, and now he just pisses and moans about the stuff we sell here until we switched it with Scorpion's venom. Now his ass is laid out. Which I have to say, I don't know what you're made of, but for you to be able to drink that is good for you. You'll never see me try and outdrink you.
Mm. if you guys hear anyone looking for someone of my stature, it would be nice to recommend me.
Where are you staying?
Probably here.
Well, let you know. We actually have all the suites booked. Because staff offers us a good price because we literally keep them bought out all year. We pay them in advance. But all right, we'll keep you in mind. If I see anybody coming through, I'll definitely let you know. You get prospects in here all the time. So I wouldn't. Yeah, I would do some screening before you take anybody here out, because you're gonna get yourself killed if you rely on somebody who's a boozer who just strolled into
Yeah.
town to spend the last bit of their money. Last thing I'd want to have happen is for you to wind up like your other unfortunate fellows.
Uh, Thanks for the drink, face down man.
Gurgles. Oh.
Anyway, you friends have fun. Ivan sits up and then makes his way out.
Okay, you're going to leave?
Yes.
Alright. Goodbye. Now, back to Bastet and her lovely redhead. Alright, you are in the store. You just signed on for a late night rendezvous in exchange for a dream catcher bottle.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I could
And
change
a-
the contract.
Alright, so he skips off, and you have a tall order of chicken, date, sex, and dream thing for this evening. What's the plan until then? It's 2, 3 o'clock. You got a little while until 8. Oh shit. Actually, I hate to do this right now, but could we take our break right now? Or if you have something you'd like to do right away, we can do that. But I gotta do something. I'm dying of starvation. I haven't had anything to eat or drink since like 6 o'clock.
Yeah, let's why don't we? Yeah, if you guys are all cool with it, we can
So
take a
that's why
10
I'm
minute.
asking Lydia because it is her turn, and
Okay.
I want her. If she has something to
Yeah.
say or to do right now, I want you to do it.
No, I mean, if you want to take the break, that's fine. But I can't stay on much longer past.
Okay.
Schedule.
So let's. Oh, that's right. It's 11. I thought it was midnight for some reason. Oh, it is midnight for you. That's why, because I'm retarded. That's why. Yep. Okay. Well, I'm gonna let you start your turn. I'm gonna grab a small snack then, and then after you take off, we'll just do like a cabin hangout. Go ahead with whatever you're working on. I'm still gonna be able to talk to you. I have to put something in my stomach, or my medication's gonna eat it alive. So you just bought your potions. Your fairy gay mother just skipped away.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Now what?
What time is it in game?
3 o'clock.
So plenty of time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I need to find out how to get my freaking citizenship. Nobody's around. I'm literally like at a dead end. I have nothing to do. I don't even have enough money to buy food or take a nap at the inn. So I don't know.
Oh, you're completely out of monies?
I
Uh-oh.
have 5 gold.
Depending on the inn, that's enough. Kind of try and break the meta game right now, but an average inn can cost you from a silver to 50 gold. It just depends on where you're staying.
Mm.
Or if you just want to wait it out, you can just hang out in the store. I mean, you don't have to do something. You can just say, like, I'm going to pass the time perusing the store, sniffing the glowy bit plants.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I literally have nothing, so I guess I'm just here now. So
Okay, so you would just say you're going to hang out until 8 o'clock in the store, if you're
yeah.
so desire.
Yeah.
Okay, while you're waiting around in the store, he's creeping. Like, every time he sees you, like, leans out into the aisle and, like, waves. He'll run by and offer you to, hey, have you ever tried this or done that? There's a middle-aged human who's, like, a couple of them that work there. They wear very clean, leather clothing. It's sturdy. It's hard leather because they don't want to get it on anything through it on them. Obviously, you don't want to be rubbing on stuff when it's gonna make you see purple and taste square. Why is there no? What the fuck? Just kind of nothing else really eventful happens. People bustling in and out, and the sun starts to go down. Clients start to slow down. Eventually, the clerks all start to turn everything down. They lock down the windows. They put out the lights. It's getting to be about 8 o'clock. And all the staff starts to go home, and you feel a tap on your back. And someone standing on their tiptoes goes, darling. He holds out his hand. Shall we go?
I suppose so.
He goes right this way, and he puts his arm out.
Lock arms.
You're such a good sport. All right. So he takes you out, waves his hand over the door. There's like a glyph on the door that glows. It goes from blue to red, and then it goes away. He goes, now off to my estate. And he heads towards the second quarter. Yeah, the second quarter. Middle quarter. I'm retarded. So he's taking you towards the gigantic wooden gates in the distance, and as you guys get closer, I mean, they are colossal. Like I said, 15-foot tall, steel reinforced. They're almost as tall as Ivan.
But I don't know how tall Ivan. I haven't met Ivan.
It was a joke.
Mm-hmm.
So, as he approaches, all of the guards kind of stand at the side and put their hand on their chest, and he waves to all of them. Hey, boys! Have a good night. Now I'll just kind of give him a brief nod. Goes inside. Now, you actually pass through with him into the middle quarter, and what a difference. The streets are lined, but they're like a duplex, but one house. It's just large houses and manors, and things are so much nicer. The streets are perfect. Everyone here is dressed much nicer.
I mean, they have carriages taking people places. The streets aren't quite as packed, but I mean, the level of magic has been upgraded substantially. I mean, you see bookstores that are selling just spell books. There's an actual like garden of fresh produce where this is being grown. There's a smith who has like a shelter built off of his house where he's actually making um, weaponry, and he's got it hanging in the back, and he's got display cases in the front. There's a jeweler. There's all sorts of stuff, and he's leading you down all these, and it eventually gets to like big, lofty estates, people's big, large houses, and he says, "Well, this one's me. Are you ready?" And he turns to face, and there's large walls, but an iron gate, and the gate is made out of silver, something silver. Beautiful gate with figurines etched into it, and cherubs and tree designs, and the house is just gorgeous. I mean, it's pristine. It's a rich mahogany wood. Oh my goodness. All the carvings that you could possibly imagine on this house. He's got statues made out of bronze out front. And instead of where most people have like a fountain in the middle, he has just greenery, and all of his gardens. They are just this whole property. Everywhere you look is rows of like larger versions of the plants in his shop. It's not just the buds, but it's like the whole plant. The trees grow up above the walls that he uses for privacy. I mean, it looks like he lives on a forest preserve here. But it's a little too organized to be the wild. So leads you up to the door, and it's opened by someone inside wearing a suit. And he says, "Welcome home, Master Jack." He says, "Ah, thank you. This is my guest for this evening, Bestet." And he gives you the eyebrows. She'll be joining me for dinner, and well, I suppose dinner's where we'll start. He says, "Very good, sir. He says, right this way, madame." Leads you inside. You pass by what you assume would be a 4-star restaurant grade kitchen with personal chefs and everything. I mean, this guy lives the high life. There's a giant banister that leads straight forward and splits up and goes upstairs. But you guys go off to a door to your right, and you open it, and there's a huge table. This is like a banquet hall. It says, "Please, any seat you'd like."
What'd be closest to you?
Maybe we shouldn't eat in the hall after all. Darling, you could sit on my lap if you'd even like.
Feed me my dinner too, and we have a deal.
I was just going to say, it could only get better if you, or if I sat on yours, or at your feet, and fed you dinner. I like a woman that knows what she wants. Jen? And he claps one time, and you see someone wearing a chef's outfit come out. And you catch a whiff of what is on the platter, and literally just drooling. It is the best thing you've smelled in your entire life. The best meal you've ever. You didn't know meals got this good, and then this came out of a kitchen, and there it is. There are fresh grapes and fruits, and just you've never even seen some of this stuff before. And he says, "You have to try these." And he holds up a little yellow, about half the size of a tennis ball, and it's kind of squishy. And he says, "You have to try this," and he holds it up to you.
Okay. Why not? I'm already here. What's life without taking risks?
He says, "They are quite extravagant. Taking a bite?"
Mm-hmm.
All right. Holds it up to you. You sink your teeth into it, and it's very warm, surprisingly enough. Very bizarre. Things are kind of fuzzy. You feel great. You're doing awesome. That was delicious. Little touch of citrus, juicy flavoring. Oh man, as you sink your teeth into it. Excellent. And he eats the rest of it. So you guys go through the rest of dinner, and he is literally leaning down at your feet and feeding you from the ground. He's just like presenting you with food just the entire time. And at one point, he actually like sits on your lap and leans in really close, and he goes, "Now, I'm sure that this is getting boring. Would you like something more extravagant to eat? Something a little more substantial?"
What did you have in mind?
Me, of course.
As long as I'm dessert.
Oh, the best kind. He's gonna take you upstairs now. That's gonna happen. And I'm not rolling to see how well you get fucked. That's not happening. Like, that's not gonna be something that I get to as a DM. That's never. I can roll a bluff check. um,
Well, if it's anything compared to the food.
I will. Actually, you know what? I have a special dice for this. I'm gonna roll a percentile die. And on a scale of 1 to 10, we're gonna find out what the fuck happens tonight. Oh, Lord. Oh, that's disappointing. Savagely awful. Savagely awful. But you guys are messed up. Well, he is. You have to decide whether or not you're going to get messed up with.
If it's gonna be that bad, then yeah.
All right. So you're tripping out. You can see orange, but it tastes purple and it feels like air. The only way today could be better is if it was tomorrow's yesterday from Friday next week.
Yeah.
You guys burn the midnight oil, and you have to buy a new house after what you guys did to that room. But on a scale of 1 to 10, it was a 3. Because you'd have been probably better off having sex with the drugs. And he's laying there going, "Oh, you're amazing. Stay with me." Ah. And he
Give
is
me a
hanging.
citizenship contract.
He goes, "I'll give you a lot more than that." And he leans over and just lays on you. He's like, "You can stay here forever." As he passes out on top of you. And you can't tell if there's 8 of him or if he's turned into a smurf or shrinking. But you're pretty sure all of the above are happening right now.
I should probably just pass the fuck out at this point. Terrible sex
Alright.
that I didn't know was terrible because I was too messed up to really even comprehend
I mean,
what was happening.
as far as an experience goes, this has been one hell of a time. What you were on did not disappoint, so it was hazy, to say the least. It was a good time. He didn't like do anything psycho. He didn't like pull out a knife and be like, "Now hold out your tongue." You're gonna pass out and stay in a mansion. Everyone
Yep.
else is trying to figure out if they're gonna stay in an actual inn tonight. You're just like inner city. All right. So you pass out at Jack's mansion, covered in 8 kinds of shame glaze, and the two of you are just quite the pair. Okay.
I ain't saying she's a gold digger.
Oh my god, that's
God.
freaking hilarious.
All right.
Oh
Ladies and
my
gentlemen,
God.
boys and girls, we're gonna call our session here. It is 11
Yeah.
o'clock midnight for our favorite drug using, middle class sexing druid. So session is over.
Yeah.
We're officially out of game now.
Yeah, we're out of character. So now
Everything said from this point on does not affect the game in any way, shape, or form. Whatever you guys
So-
got, let it fly.
Oh,
So-
Bastet got that booty
so-
though.
So, the stat is fucking a drug dealer for the drugs. That's currently what's
Yeah. She's messing down with she's bedding down with the Godfather up in this piece.
You made him an offer he couldn't refuse.
Yeah, dude. Whatever you're working with, man, Bastet's got
I
it.
mean,
It's like
money is
Bastet's
money.
got it going
Did
on.
not see that coming in
That's
any world.
hilarious.
Did not see that
Once-
happening ever.
Once Bastet let him feed her, that was sort of the tip for me that, oh, I know exactly where this is gonna go.
Dude, I was just waiting for one.
Bow, chicka, bow,
Your
wow.
mic's gone.
Yeah, you might cut out, bud. He's speechless. He doesn't know what to say.
Right?
Just-
I actually am, though. Oh my god, that was freaking hilarious. I was waiting for you to say I'd rather have dessert before dinner. Oh my gosh. Oh, dude, that was great.
Man.
Okay,
Uh.
so Ivan was sad, and then was not sad, and then got a hug.
So that's a win for Ivan. I mean, you got a hug, so that's a victory.
That was so good. I was so impressed. The acting was great there. The acting was great. The acting was great all around tonight. The tarot card reading was good. The keeping a straight face for most of the guy prancing around and then trying to get laid and then not backing out on sexing up the world's foremost, or the humans' foremost herbalist. Like,
Hey, Red Man.
damn.
By the way, I would like to thank all of the people that followed, that hosted today. I'm gonna throw in the little host command. So thank you all for hosting and stopping by. But yeah, no, that was freaking hilarious. Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, I was dying, to say the least. Oh my god.
Well, I mean, that went well for one person, and the other two had an okay day.
Yeah, I mean, we were just meandering about the town.
You
Part
know,
of
I
her
got,
day
I got
was
like
not the most.
messed up.
Messed up by drugs and nothing else.
They consisted of smelling a wonderful plant, then tasting the color orange while getting
Right.
some. I mean, your night was fantastic, and you got a
Except-
contract.
Except the sex part. The sex
Well,
part
yeah.
was more of a
Yeah, the sex part was just a meh. At least I got what I wanted.
Even meh sex is amazing if you're
Yeah.
on ecstasy. I've been
Yeah.
told.
I mean,
Like,
fair enough.
just saying.
Enough drugs makes any horrible sex nice. That's not a
we
thing.
could get a cheese grater and I'd be
suggest.
getting off right now.
Oh god. No.
Oh go no.
We didn't. All right, easy.
Okay,
Jesus.
okay, good.
Oh man.
Yeah, Ruth would not be happy if I fucked a cheese grater.
The hedgehog.
No, the woman.
Oh gosh. The oh my god. Yeah,
Sin
the
would be
hedgehog just
pretty
meeping at you the whole time.
Sin would be pretty angry though.
Uh,
Probably.
I mean, it's my best feature, and I'm not funny, so that's the
Oh.
funniest thing about me. But I'm Shay.
but yeah, like that tonight was good. I mean, oh my god. That was great. The funny thing is, the person that did not really have anything, at the end of the day to do, had the best part in this episode. Like, she made the episode.
She fucked the episode.
She fucked the
No, she
shit
didn't.
out.
She fucked the herbalist.
Yeah, the herbalist takes a
Oh,
fuck ton of
God.
money, and then basically,
Oh my god.
well then.
So,
So
personal
Uh,
quests.
Yep.
failed.
Failed miserably. Yep, failed miserably.
I wouldn't say I helped anyone out. No,
Yeah,
I gave hug, and that's about it.
yeah. I mean, I didn't get
So
I didn't get my
we'll go
badge.
down the line. Let's
Okay.
start with Zexel. What was your personal quest?
My personal quest was to get beyond that gate and get to the collection of books. That was my objective for this episode. Needless to say, I'm not behind that gate, and I don't have a ton of books in my hands, and I'm not reading. So that's a big fat F.
All right, Ivan. What was your personal quest?
Do a good deed. I mean, I gave wine to someone.
Yeah.
Good deed. It's a good deed.
I'll rate myself a C minus there. C minus.
It still counts. Any variation of your personal quest is a completion of your personal quest. So, for completing your personal quest, you get 5 gold. Add that to your inventory. That is the reward
Yay,
for today.
back to 113.
Damn, Gina.
Wow. Linda.
Why is the
Wow.
war-torn giant rich as fuck?
Because the war-torn giant didn't pay for a lot of fucking weapons, so
That's fair.
he has a lot of money left over because he didn't pay 50 gold for a weapon. That's
All right. And Bastet, what was your personal quest?
Mine was to obtain knowledge of the unsettling forests of the East after having a series of vivid dreams. So I'm assuming that is oops shit.
So wait, you
Can't
can
disclose any information, but very possible.
So what you're saying is she
Definitely.
completed my quest.
What?
She was getting the citizenship badge.
No.
No. She
No,
was
no, I was
obtaining
kidding.
knowledge about forests.
No, it was a joke because I was supposed to obtain it.
Oh,
And she got
completed
it.
Your personal quest for
Yeah,
you.
exactly.
No,
I was
nobody
totally
has
kidding.
citizenship
No,
yet.
I don't have a citizenship
Oh,
thing
okay.
either.
She was
Yet.
escorted by a middle. Remember what I said? You have to be escorted by someone in there.
So
Oh, true.
she might get it next episode if she
There's-
keeps the facade. Who knows?
Who says it's
just
a
gonna live-
facade?
I'm just gonna live in this mansion. I like this guy. He's pretty interesting.
It has a lot of drugs. I see like yellow, but like yellow, right? Like
Kind of red yellow. That yellow's orange. That purple blues.
yeah,
My black white. Yeah.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Anyway,
Okay, so Bastet, you did achieve your goal of finding out about the forest in the east. Again, you don't know any details specifically yet until he rips your dreams from your brain.
No.
Once it starts to be a brain again, I'm not sure what it is right now. You've been
Right,
doing
yeah.
some other stuff, but you can add 5 gold to your inventory for completing this week's personal quest.
Oh my gosh, that's great though.
You hugged a bloody foot taller than you,
Hey man.
250-pound dude. No homo.
Yeah, dude, like it was awkward as AF, man. I was just like, okay, I kind of spilled your. All right, if you. All right, I'll. Okay. All right.
I didn't clean myself anywhere in that.
Anywhere.
Anywhere in that episode, I was just.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
bloody.
Yeah.
I'm not focused on that right now. I'm hungry, motherfucker.
Yeah, dude, you
And
got
I
what
got
you.
hungry, so-
Okay, you got. Win-win, man. Yeah. At least I got the tarot card read. That was great. I
And
got to do
quote.
that. First one. Hashtag
and
first one on the first episode.
Nice, man. And I quote, not an alcoholic guy. 20 minutes later. The strongest thing ever. And it was the first nat 20 of the day, I think. I
Yeah,
wasn't
no,
really
yeah,
paying
it
attention.
was. You got the first nat 20 of the of the campaign.
Better than a 4?
Yeah. That,
And a nat 1.
yeah, better than a 4. I
Yeah,
Congrats on
not
that,
a
man.
nat 1. Not
Yeah.
a nat 1.
At least
Not
there,
a nat 1.
when I was about to do the bluff check and stuff, when I was doing all that, I was just like, watch, it's gonna be a nat 1. He's just gonna like one of those. The
It's gonna be a
performance is.
Nick.
It's just gonna be a nat 1, and all hell's gonna break loose. He's gonna look at me and be like, "Get out."
It's not like one.
You're gonna insult his mother.
Oh man.
Card spontaneously burst into flames.
No. Minus
Your
one card.
is Unhappy with you.
Oh god, but that was good though, guys. Congrats to everyone. This episode was amazing. It was freaking great.
Yeah.
So
We did it. We did it. We did it. Yeah.
All right, so is this the end? Are we gonna
Yep,
wrap up?
we
All right.
are. We're gonna call the session here.
Okay.
We'll do the same time next week.
Yep,
We will have another installment. Maybe we'll have our fourth member.
Yeah.
Who knows? I'll have to try and figure it out. Until then,
Nobody.
Yeah, so guys, thank you
see
guys.
how and if anyone will actually be connected at that point. We'll see what happens.
So guys, as always, you can catch these up right here on my channel every Saturday, 8:30 CST. It's in the panels below. It'll change to your time zone, so it's easier. And everyone, please go check out Lydia Grimm at twitch.tv/Lydia Grimm. She's a wonderful lady. She's playing the awesome Bastet. So
The druggie.
the kingpin of drug lords. You know, what would it be called? Not like the like a lewd term, like mistress. That's what I'm talking about. Mistress.
Oh, yeah, she's fancy. He was
Yeah.
in a mansion. He's got
Yeah.
butlers. He's got people.
Exactly. Yeah. So guys, thank you very much for you guys as hosts. Your guys is coming out to see us, and as always, guys,
See you next week.
see you next week.